Hello, Jennifer McCune here. I wanted to share a personal story because I thought it may help some of you. When you think about those days that you're like, wow, having a horrible, no good, very bad, rotten day. So just about 2 years ago now, I was having one of those horrible, no good, very bad, super awful, craptastic days. We were having a family medical situation that was pretty serious, and it was extremely hard for the whole family. And I was at the hospital for the whole day and had some very unhappy, hard news to take, and spent the whole day in the hospital. And meanwhile, outside we were getting tons of snow for what seemed, I think it was about the 5th day in a row. And I live in Virginia, and for us in Virginia, that's a big deal. I grew up in Wisconsin, different there, but here in Virginia, it really is debilitating. So I went out to my car. It was late at night, getting ready to go home, in the garage of the hospital, and somebody had sideswiped my car and left no note. So on top of the really upsetting news on the family medical situation and things not getting better, somebody had sideswiped my car and left no note. So wow, that was pretty upsetting. So then I go to drive home, and driving home, it was hard to get home. It took, I don't know, probably 2 to 3 times as long to get home as it normally would because of the horrible weather. Then I finally pulled into the driveway and got stuck because obviously nobody had been home, so nobody could shovel the driveway at all. So by this point, it was just one of the most awful days really I had ever experienced. Just a horrible, no good, super bad, awful, craptastic day. And I went inside and went to my bedroom and went to lie down, and I laid there. And due to some great leadership training, most of you know I'm an entrepreneur, and I had had fantastic training with my company about a year prior. And we had an amazing speaker there named Shawn Achor. And Shawn Achor wrote The Happiness Advantage, among some other books. And one of his pieces of advice is that we can retrain our mind to focus on the positive. So as I lay down on the pillow, I focused myself to not think about any of those things that I just mentioned to you. And I told myself, think of something positive. And it took a while. It really took a while because it had been a really extremely emotional, challenging day. And I thought of a flower that I had seen at the hospital, and I felt so peaceful. And then I remembered that a nurse had smiled at me in the hallway. And then I remembered that a good friend with whom I hadn't spoken in a while had called me. And then I remembered all the wonderful Facebook messages from people checking in to say they cared. And I was able to sleep peacefully, really focusing on that. So what I'm challenge all of you to do is, even on those horrible, no good, very bad, extremely awful days, I really challenge all of you to take a look and focus before you go to bed on anything at all that may have been positive. You saw the sunrise. You had a hug from your child. Your pet came and wagged your tail. Whatever that may be, and really focus on those 3, even if it's 3 small, simple, little things. And if you're having a fantastic day, remember what I said to you, the little things that made such a difference to me that really extremely horrible day. Somebody looking at me and smiling made all the difference in the world. Somebody sending me a message saying they cared, they were thinking about me, made all the difference in the world. So if you're having a fine day, if you're having a good day, understand that any little gesture you do can make all the difference in the world. It did for me. It made it so that day was bearable. So remember Shawn Achor, A-C-H-O-R, The Happiness Advantage. It can help you on horrible days, and you can help somebody on a day that you're doing great. I'm so grateful that I had fantastic training with my company. a couple years ago and wanted to share that all with you, and I hope it helps you as well. Have a wonderful evening.